Так, ты где?
Что ты знаешь? Там...
Нет, подожди, давай вначале...
Не, подожди.
Да, я подыму вначале долбану. Куда ты пошла?
Да я знал, что она туда пойдет.
Все, вы заразились.
Саперный набор можно будет сейчас не позарядить.
А, вот она. Ловушка. Так, стой, подожди.
Больше тут полно.
Закрыли. Почему?
Вот
а, вот. Там снова начинается. Почему? Так.
там я так думаю, что что-нибудь точно вкусное.
Оп, оп, оп. Так.
Во! Вот он! Иди сюда. А я его тут пытаюсь убить.
If only the popular girls from the Source Academy could see how edgy and dangerous you've become.
Оп, тихо. Тихо.
Ready to advance, ready to defend. What can I do for you, comrade?
Ты за сундучок не подался?
Так, подожди, я взял какой-то ключ.
Another piece of trash.
Так, ключ от простого сундука из подвала таверны.
У меня тоже есть ключ от сундука, а только от узора.
Так.
Nothing but rubbish. Another piece of trash.
А, во, я нашел.
Ну, так и я ее нашла.
Так. Помощь волшебных карманов. А это ты мне ключик передала, что ли?
Нет, я его нашла и все.
А ты мне никакой ключ сейчас не передавала?
Я видишь, ты тут...
Another one for the collection.
У тебя это у меня ничего не. Что я нашла?
Так.
О, увеличительное стекло, если можно будет самой познавать эти вещи неизвестные.
Упс, блин.
Надо есть что-нибудь. Нифига себе, я съела сыр, мне столько жизни сразу прибавилось.
Ты с мышкой можешь поговорить, нет?
Не познаются, короче. Слушайте, яблоко там поесть. Жизнь
А
прибавляет.
слушай, а ракушки прибавляют жизни, нет?
Нет, почему-то нет.
А, сопротивление воде.
Давай яблоко. Хочешь свинью дам? На, снег. Серый.
Сейчас подождите. Узорчатый. А, слушай, подожди. Ключ от узорчатого сундука в таверне.
Доспех надо спросить.
Ты открыла сундук, который...
Да, оба открыли.
Что там было?
Я еще не смотрела.
Ладно, в общем, я пошел наверх, там поболтаю.
Ты съел с ним?
Ты мне дала, что ли?
Да.
Молоко.
Можете с молочком выпить.
Не принесет потом.
Но у меня почему-то так не получается. Не знаю, я пыталась до этого поговорить.
Whatever happened to that troop of eager imbeciles we sent to the northern cave?
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
You'll be really now. I can't afford to indulge in chit-chat with my legion of followers. Even a star needs a few moments to himself.
Если тебе надо?
А у тебя лупа-то осталась, нет?
What do you mean, not familiar? You expect me to believe you've never heard of Alice? Why? I'm only the most famous wizard this side of the Distus. Although, it'd be worth checking the other side too, just in case. And don't forget, I'm the most eminent member of the Fabulous Five to boot. Surely you already know we've been voted the most influential adventurers guild by SideQuest Monthly, 3 years running. Your interest is piqued, I see. I'd suggest you have a chat with Mendius outside. He's in charge of recruitment and other such drudgery. A word of warning, though, we only accept the best and the brightest. By the looks of you, I'm not sure you'll make the... Those nasty beasts are hardly worth my time. Though I suppose I'll step in if none of the recruits manage to prove a
What have we here? A source hunter, is it? Well, my day just became rather more stimulating. Oh, stand still then, tall as an elf, strong as an orc. But your face, quite classical, isn't it? Statuesque, some might say. Yes, smooth and sturdy as marble. And my word, what passion burns from your eyes. Please forgive my being forward, but I dare say, can it be? I am Anna, jewel in the crown that is the Fabulous Five. I've cut 1,000 throats and baked 1,000 bread rolls, stolen the crown jewels of the Queen of Arata, and with my pockets full, when the day comes that I die, the gods will evacuate the heavens to make space for my formidable collection of... I contain multitudes, you see, and I am utterly replete. Except that, much to my dismay, I had as yet to find the companion to whom my heart so clearly calls. But then, Source Hunter, you wandered into this tavern, and I... Oh, that I have. For nearly a lifetime, it seems. Well, I'm sure you must know what I mean. Like existence itself lacked a significant component? Like if you could only fill a certain void, could connect with... I believe I have found that component, that body, that spirit within you, Source Hunter. Come, if ever we are to be united, we must truly entwine our fate. Yes, you must join the Fabulous Five right away, as soon as time permits. Together, as a team, we'll explore the boundless realm before us. We'll uncover fate, inch... Yes, I am part of that band of valiant heroes, and ever there must I remain. But you, my match, my soul's twin, you must speak with Mendius. He stands right outside this very tavern, and he alone can bring you into our illustrious fold. Then, my equal, friend of my body and mind. Tell me, Alistair, have you ever had the fortune of challenging...
A Source Hunter? I'd like to report some dark magic. Only tainted hearts could tip as miserably as this lot.
Great.
They say he's
Been at the King Crab nearly 10 years now, personally. Seen every character you can imagine, from bums to wizards, passed through these doors for a pint and a place to rest. I think I'm one of the last folks to hear him alive. That awful scream has been ringing in my ears ever since. And with the room where it all happened still under quarantine, we've a constant reminder of exactly what happened. Though that's the question, isn't it? What exactly did happen? We all thought it was Esmeralda who checked into that room, and the Duke that followed her. I was washing up and nudging the last of the lushes out of the door when a cloaked woman rushed in right past me. I never got a good look at her, damn my eyes, but I figured the way she disappeared that she was visiting one of the lodgers. Lucky for the perpetrators, I was rinsing bottles in the back when the terrible deed took place and saw nothing more. I'm not proud to say I ducked under the counter and damn well stayed there till I heard Ivad fling that door open. But I was paralyzed with fright.
Whatever happened to that troop of eager imbeciles we sent to the Northern Cave?
Со всеми
Do
здесь
I seem
поговорим?
like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
Ah, pointless chatter with strangers does so thrill me. How did you know? Please continue interrupting my drink if you'd be so kind. How curious of you to show interest in a lonesome stranger at the bar. Let me answer by saying that who I am is hardly any of your business. And anyone with an ounce of tact would have... Can I tell you? I suppose I can. And I could. But why would I turn my attention away from this whiskey when Mendius right out...
Великолепный петух.
Это которая возле двери стояла.
Сообщество зазнавшихся людей.
Bladorix! That! Ha! Quite under my spell, aren't you? Yeah, me? You mean you don't recognize me? Well, you must live under a very... Yes, that is strange. Strange indeed. But it's a strange world we live in, isn't it? A strange and magical world, full of... Oh, you'll find out. You'll find out indeed. If I'm as good as they say I am. You'll have sprouted a pair of long purple ears in the next hour. Ah, how I do love a tasty aubergine in summertime.
Oh, careful now. Your head's going more swirling than saffrons, I dare say.
hearty welcome to the King Crab Inn, and a pleasure to have you. You look like you could use a round or three, so what'll it be? Have a seat and stay a while. The name's Ivad. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I've been offering the weary travellers of Sicil drink and rest for nearly 2. All you see before you is the manifestation of my great-grandpappy Horatius Dungeness's noble vision. Beer and naps for everyone. No questions asked. Well, between you and me, things have been rather slow since the, incident. But with spirits high and liquor flowing like it is tonight, it seems the crab may just come out of that pit. Mind if we keep our voices down over that sensitive subject? Death and dark magic ain't exactly great for business, you know. That room where it happened, it was rented to a certain woman, though I regret to say I can't say exactly who. This inn isn't in the business of asking many questions. She came heavily cloaked, but paid the full sum in advance. I was used to such transactions after many similar concerning a certain Esmeralda. I saw one other figure go into the room that night. Someone tall, built broad like a man, but shrouded the same as she. Again, standard practice for Mrs. Counsellor and her visitors. I was startled awake by a horrendous hubbub shortly after midnight. I jumped up and grabbed me grandpappy's machete, bleary-eyed and awash in fright. By the time I burst into that room, it was horribly silent. There was only Jake on the floor, dead, surrounded by what may as well. Whoever done it has escaped through the window. But I saw nary a soul when I looked out. You can bet I hightailed it to the Legion barracks faster than a jackrabbit after that. Councillor Jake, that poor man. I knew too much about his affairs, you know. Never figured it my business to say anything, but Esmeralda's longest-standing lover has the audacity to remain lodged at this very inn, you know. He's called the Duke of Ferrol, a high title for a low man. If you haven't yet asked him about Esmeralda, I'd recommend it. 3 hopeless sailors. Truly wish I could help you, but I'm barely keeping afloat as it is.
Whatever happened to that troop of eager
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pockets.
You there! Cut it out!
Вот герцог.
Где он? Подожди, сейчас я смотрю.
Если пока не...
А, ну, кстати, поболтать надо. Слышишь?
Have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
Я была у него, но это спросить можно.
Glorious to see you once more, fair friend. I hope you've given some thought to my revelation. I think only of your eternal soul, after all.
Надо его как-то отвлечь, чтобы я сказала,
What's in a name, dear friend?
А если я с ним буду
For we
болтать, это
all
попробуй
begin
что-нибудь.
equal in the conduit's eyes, and only through great deeds may enter into her inner ring. You mean you haven't heard? Oh, what fortune that I may share the goddess's salvation with one who has... Steel yourself, friend, for your mortal spirit could be forever transformed from this moment forth. The conduit are linked to the goddess by following her instructions and becoming initiated into the one way we can each of us live on for a span greater, go on the path.
Я почитаю сейчас. Так, что нам? Поболтать нужно? А где восклицательный знак?
слушай, зайди в это.
Подожди, дай я с ним поговорю.
Glorious to see you once more, fair friend. You mean you haven't heard? Steel yourself, friend, for your... By following her instructions, she came from on high to we mortals and showed us the path to the goddess, where all living souls... She showed us that injury and malady need not mark the end of life, but that through her methods we could ascend to greater life in service of the goddess. Ah, for this hallowed information, you must seek an immaculate chapel. Go north, friend, through the forest and into the... There, among her followers and friends, dwells the goddess's ecstasy. Oh, what's in a name, dear friend? For we all begin equal in the conduit's eyes, and only go on the path to the righteous, my friend. Forget not that the conduit has great plans for you.
Так, где ты говоришь, там герцог-то был? На втором этаже?
Нет, внизу он стоял.
Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once or twice.
Ah, hello. I suppose you're here to viciously interrogate me for information I don't have, like our noble Captain Aureus before you. I am the Duke of Ferrell, though I suppose my name is in the mouths of enough ruthless gossipers that you've heard of me by now. Yes, she and I have a history. That's hardly a secret anymore. Quite as easy as it would be to pin suspicions on Esmeralda or I assure you that the affair was never so steamy, and Jake and Esmeralda had no great affection for each other. He had his interests, she had hers, and there was little passion left between them. Certainly not enough to fuel a murder. It's very tragic news. I won't posture and say that the Chancellor and I were anything near allies, but I truly never wished the man harm.
Tell me, Alistair, have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
Fortune? Ha! Easily so lucky. Defeated by Alistair the Great.
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even fathom, old friend. Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once or twice.
Ha! To close the sky, Dr. Mine, that's a long one, right?
Stop right there. Until you've received the captain's permission to enter, this door doesn't exist. Got it?
На втором этаже ты все посмотрела тоже,
Ну,
да?
тут торговка есть, на торговке можешь посмотреть, может, если тебе нравится. Хотел что-нибудь спросить, но боюсь, потому что там много народу.
I'm telling you, a necromancer must be at work inside Seal. How else do you explain risen dead sprout?
There must be some way to open this.
Нет, там закрыто.
А если атаковать замок?
Ну, они сейчас прибегут все. Зачем тебе надо? Надо сюда еще приходить и приходить. Не надо.
Так, стоп, нет, я сейчас попробую. Так, что у нас тут? Чика, у тебя никаких отмычек нету? Есть. Скинь мне отмычку одну.
Дай мне потом, брат.
Так.
Верни мне остальное.
Ну, слишком низок. Подожди. Сейчас, подожди. Так, навыки. Взломать. 2, а у нее тоже 2.
Toasty!
Бы их вернуть, да?
Не знаешь, что хотел, чтобы ты посмотрел это, какие у тебя сапоги.
Снаряжение.
Давайте вот эти, да.
Подожди, сейчас. А у тебя какие? 9.
Мне будете какой-нибудь посыл дать, потому что я хочу их продать, те, которые, ну, старенькие.
Да, у меня посохи есть. Вообще надо подожди посмотреть.
Купила хоть.
To leave the city is to venture into danger.
Good luck with these Sicilians, Soul Santa. They'll run you ragged if you let them.
У тебя лупа есть, да? Она одноразовая?
Нет.
Дай-ка мне. Скинь мне.
That's
Чего? Что там?
undead at every exit, orcs upon the harbour. Where's...
Директор стрелочного тоже, да?
Угу.
That's enough of that now.
Нифига не тут что? Ты не должен это видеть.
Hey, stop that!
Мне все говорят, а он пошли. Пошли.
Shut tight!
Ладно, там еще полезно внутрь. Из-за того, что тупица, ну, его потом ремонтируют. Ну, того не стоит. Пошли-ка смирать.
Время за 11.
Stop right there.
Ha! The closest I've come to my patch is when I linger over long while lighting my pipe.
No, careful now.
А с котом что там?
Swirling in saffrons, I dare say.
Watch out! I smell.
What?
The fierce stench of Frankenstein goblins.
Actually, I think that's only
Я
roast
думал,
pig.
что рождение.
Yes, yes, of course. This time.
Oh no, noble friend. Your upper chakras are in desperate need of a good scrubbing. Fortunately for you, my homebrewed tinctures will do the job. Or if you're in the mood for something a bit more electrifying, one of my air scrolls might give your system just the shock it needs.
What'll you have? I'll get white cheese, blue cheese, old cheese, new cheese.
Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies size seals ever seen.
Lay the big cheese on your throat with a wheel of the good stuff.
Any takers? Come on, you chicken!
There must be some way to open this.
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens.
A good day to you.
Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies size seals ever seen.
Move along.
Ma, what a strong and handsome officer you are, kind Septimus. You must have fought many a battle,
Bleeding
am
weight
I right?
standing here without
In
so much as a
fact,
piglet
I
in the
bet
pen.
you're-
Legion's greetings. I have been informed
Sauce
about
hunters,
your
eh?
heroics on
All right, proper. We're finally getting a
Word
hand.
that I had been there
Things
to
is chaos
partake
if you've
in
got a
the battle.
favourite sheep.
But my
Best to
duties
fry her
lie
up now before she gets
sworn
thieved in the
as I
night
am
like
to
me
protect Lady
dear
Esmeralda
plump
from the
hogget.
rabble that would
The
enforce
finest
summary
in me
justice.
herd.
Even though she is, until proven guilty.
Now that the herd's gone, old
innocent.
Bertram's just scratching by like a hen till the next batch of beasties comes through.
Steadfast will I guard her. Never will I waver unless absolute proof. Jake's murder is, in a word, a tragedy. He was well loved in all of Sicily. The Council of Seven could... And what questions are those? Tragedy flocks to this place, like goblins to a boar carcass. None of us guessed, when we were assigned to Sicily, that we were about to embark on... Don't even mention those rotten carcasses to me. They're the reason we've been stuck in this dead-end town for nigh on 2 bloody years. All fun and games in the beginning, but just you lose a couple of friends fighting those fiends.
Sorry, can't help you there. Haven't got enough livestock left to warrant a hand with the work.
I am Esmeralda, wife of Jake, and now, alas, his widow. Poor, like I told just about every legionnaire in town, I don't know anything
ничего себе
about
ты
poor
взяла.
Jake's murder.
Чего?
I want his killer
Огонь, огонь,
found
ты
and
что вначале,
tried,
когда мы в
but
город
everyone
снимали?
suspects me of this
подожди,
evil
так,
deed.
никуда.
And you're no different, are you? then. So what happened? Some of them tittle-tattling crab chasers down the pub call me a murderous gold digger and you believe them? These insinuations truly go beyond the pale. Oh, I think I'm getting one of my headaches. Well, what do you want to know? Syceal had the biggest economy in all of Andervale before all these recent troubles. They're nightmare incarnate, aren't they? Let a priest explain.
Ah, hello, proportionate one. Oh, I can see from the symmetry in your face that you are a great fan of the fine arts, no?
In fact, I bet you're a real war hero. The hunter returns. I hope you are here to shop rather than sleuth.
Well, hello there.
I'm a painter by trade, as you can see, but a cartographer at heart. You might think there isn't enough work for one of my talents in a downtrodden city like Syceal, and you'd be quite right. I travel around Andervale, mastering my craft and finding new subjects to add to my litany of lovely portraits and complex maps. Like this rooster I'm working on now, and the landscape that surrounds me. How lovely to see you again, haver of the beautifully shaped shoulders.
Sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Сейчас. Ты мне, может, на лоб не хватит.
Potions to bemuscle you, scrolls to intuition.
I'm a painter by trade. I travel around and...
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Lonesome, spiritless. Perhaps wrestling an earth elemental will inject some vim into your routine.
No better solution to the zombie problem than a set of silver arrows.
Fresh habit, nothing for fire.
Watch the undead quiver in their mouldy boots.
Fresh habit, nothing for fire.
Ух ты, ничего себе.
Let's see.
Требуется ловкость.
Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes. Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Блин, крутой арбалет.
Join the stud club if you got an eye for farm potatoes.
Pay the big cheese on your roof with a wheel of the rooster.
Так.
Any takers? Come on, you chickens!
No better solution to the zombie problem than a set of silver arrows.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Let's just see if you can choose the finest green.
Well, hello there.
Toe of snake, wing of worm, brew and spice and stir and churn. Fresh haddock, perfect for fire. Let us see if you can choose the finest green. Potions to bemuscle you, scrolls to entussle you.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
My, what a strong and handsome officer you are, kind Septimus. You must have fought
No
many a
better
battle, am I
solution to the
right?
zombie
In
problem
fact,
than a set
I
of silver
bet you're
arrows.
a real war hero.
Oh, I'm
Oh, hello, love. Nice day for a little stroll around the market, isn't it?
You certainly are my
Ты где
hero.
бегаешь?
The rock upon which I may rest my weary soul in these trying and troubled times.
Never fear me.
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
Ready to advance, ready to defend. What can I do for you?
Oh, hello, love. Nice day for a little stroll around the market, isn't it?
The hunter returns. I hope you are here to shop rather than sleuth.
Well, what sort of arrows do you want? Freezing? Silver? Poison? Get to the point.
Ух ты.
Fresh haddock. Perfect for fry-up.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Ну, торгует стрелами потом, я понимаю.
Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Книги, навыки.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes. That thief is free for now, but I wonder how long it'll be until his growling belly seduces him back onto the crooked path. Thank you for making that would-be thief see reason. I only hope your instruction lasts. The last thing the plagued people of Sightseal need is a thief among them. Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
I'm straight. I'm true. Arrows by the dozens.
Как тебе снизила?
Так, ладно, где возьму? Королевский.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Вообще нам надо капитана найти. А у Смиральды в лавке там есть
Watch
что-нибудь?
the undead quiver in their
Есть,
moldy
нельзя трогать.
boots.
Я сейчас показывал, двуручный меч.
Get it while it's fresh.
Так,
These
это
batches
значит
only
ровно.
hours from the sea. I can't bear to imagine something would happen to you.
Oh, but don't you worry.
I'm straight. I'm true. Arrows by the dozens.
Made a big change on your road with a whale of the good stuff.
A source hunter will always receive a warm welcome at the town hall of Sightseal. I'm sure Mayor...
А, тут нарциссимо.
A source hunter will always receive a warm...
Choose the finest greens.
How lovely to see. I'm a painter by trade, as you can see. I travel around Andervale, mastering my craft and finding... How lovely to see you again, haver of the beautifully shaped shoulders.
I'm straight. I'm true. Arrows by the dozens.
Get it while it's fresh. This batch is only hours from the sea.
Hey, stop that!
Not in the mood for cheese. Let's get
Блин, у него тут... Что-то прикольно. А, слушай, я кое-что нашел, Максим.
I see your tired eyes looking a bit
В
teary.
этом
I've just the
доме
potion for that. Or would you
этого
prefer
мэра.
a toasty
Вот,
fire
тут
spell to
кошечка
dry those...
бегает. Карту открой. Вот, да, да, да. Там же квест можно сделать. Вот. Вон она, возле кресла.
Oh, golly gosh! One who flaunts the highways and byways of silly old Sicile with the easy elegance of a puss with her tail, but where are my manners? I am Maxine, and you must be one of those hunters one here. I'm the mayor's cat, don't you know? Born and raised on velvets and viands of most exquisite varieties. Maxine, oh, he's a darling old Tom, isn't he? Paws over tails in love with me, and who can blame him? The feelings,
Ну,
well,
я понял, я читал.
rather mutual, actually. But that pet of a puss simply doesn't have a penny to his name. At the risk of sounding as shallow as a spaniel, I can't but admit my love does not come unconditionally. What if we were to have kittens, he and I? They'd jolly well starve, wouldn't they? With an alley cat for a papa? Oh dear Sam, he's such a good old bean. But he does rather reside at the bottom of the scratching pole, doesn't he? And dear me, one must have at least a mite of... But of course, darling. Oh, this quaint little town is a tad too parochial for one of my more urbane tastes. But one has to make do, hasn't one? The fresh sea air does go to great lengths to invigorate... Heavens forbid! No, fear is rather too strong a term there, hunter dearest. The predator's instinct is a trait we share, you and I. And though those rancid ramblers may not be quite as easy to put to the claw as mice are, I assure you they are just as easily outwitted.
Bercia's shape is gone. Think it vanished through one of them.
Omnes autem mali demones quam. What? What is this? Who are you to interrupt my... Oh, but perhaps I spoke too soon. Perhaps I... No. A source hunter. That is what you are. Yes, a stalker of... Why? Simply because you hunt source, and I, Jehan. Now, I hate... This is a sentiment I'm quite certain you... On one condition. That on our joint travels we will... Most gratifying. I see you are firm of purpose, and...
Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night.
Чувак. Чувак. А, присоединился к тебе?
Я ему понравился. Сделал мне, сказал мне комплименты.
Все понятно. Ладно, все, давай, я сохраняюсь.
Ну, правда, особо ничего нету. Булочка. Я с ним в прошлый раз разговаривал, он ушел ко мне. Представляешь? Он просто согласился.
В этот раз вы ему понравились.
А, булочка. Но мне же эти пахучие трусы с обаянием.
Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night.
Там придают обаяние. Вот,
Что, дело в трусах?
The knight in see-through armor, Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom.